please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? To start the month of July off strong, Chantel sent an email to Shannon, her former friend, who then shared it to her YouTube channel as a short. Okay, in reply to your email, let me remind you how this all went down. I know it's hard for your brain to comprehend anything, but here it goes. 1. You outed my abuse publicly. I don't care how upset you were, you don't betray a BFF's trust when I told you not to tell. 2. You then sided with the biggest invasive bully and then made a reaction channel calling me a that word and a fat bitch. I never comment on your looks. 3. You constantly make videos about me. I have 0 about you. 4. You meet up with French fried goblin Gunt to try and defame my husband's business, which will never work since you are all just a bunch of uncultured F-tards from Cornwall. 5. You let your daughter in on the drama and talk poop about others. Nice parenting. 6. You post publicly talking about your daughter's issues yourself, and then cry when I talk about your parenting because you are a shit parent. You couldn't handle your own kid, so you gave her to foster care. While she was there, you continued to make videos bullying me and doing sherbet with Andre, who said on your videos even what medication she was on. So don't talk to me about your kids and then tell me you will sue me for doing what you do publicly. Your loser friends and family email all the time threatening me, so tell them all, including you, to kiss my fat ass, because I will never be afraid of Cornwall trash like you. Last time I saw you, I gave you $400 and bought pizza. You locked the poor dog away while he was whining and crying. It's, quite sad. Oh, and who are you calling a heifer? Have you seen your new BFF? Lamau. She literally has 12 chins and the face only her pathetic loser dad could love. F you. Blocked. Reply, seek help. Now, in the last month we spoke about Chantel's new living arrangements in what looks like a renovated office building. Not hating on it, I actually think it's a good idea rather than tearing those buildings down. She was immediately doxxed because she's an idiot. But with the view she has, and obviously not wanting to put her address on blast, she wants to make her show look as good as possible, but to do so, she's employed the use of a green screen. Now, I think in the context of the kind of creator she is, this is a bad idea. It's a bad idea because the end result is something that wouldn't look out of place at 480p. In 1080, it looks quite bad because of the grainy edges. But that distraction doesn't take away from this arc, this binge-eating, addressing, general practitioner helping me deal with eating disorder clinic stuff arc. A new health arc. Not like the one where she went to the gym for one day for 20 minutes and then quit the next citing injuries. No, because that's too much hard work. No, there's motivation for this one. Real important motivation. So the next few videos you're going to see are mukbang related. Because she's still doing those, but she's being healthy, everyone. Totally healthy. Where's Salah? Anyone know?
This is not a binge. So
she's eating quesadillas, vast amounts of sauce and potato and saying it's not a binge because strict and structure, yo. Just an FYI, there is in fact underneath this mess some sushi.
Beauty pie. That makes my mouth happy. I don't know how to use chopsticks.
Just because it burns doesn't mean you're gonna die. You gotta get up and try. Hello there. So today is actually day 4 where I'm not binging. I feel like I'm starving. It's one of the two extremes. So right now, because I'm eating normal foods, pretty much what I want, but just not as much of it, sometimes I do overeat.
She says she's day 4 into a binge, but the last 2 videos were within a day of each other, and those were binges. But what she considers a binge to be, but if I'd had one more quesadilla, if I'd had one more tray of whatever that was, but apparently sushi underneath it, with all the crystals and sauces, that would totally then be a binge. Okay. The next part involves a cat. Now this is a contentious one. She claims stray cat, gives cat food, then kicks cat out of car. Others believe cat belongs to shop owner and she's simply returning the cat to the owner. If it's the latter, you're a dick for playing with someone else's cat. If it's the former, you're a dick because you got the cat's hopes up. Here's the cat on her shoulder. I am not showing more than that little clip because it pissed me off so much. And then we're moving on.
Oh, this little creature is a very hungry, thirsty... I just want to cry thinking about it. We're definitely going to get this cat some food and some water. So... But I don't know. I feel so bad leaving him.
While it's always nice to be treated to the outdoors.
The gravy tastes like it was honestly made with like...
She has gone back in the next video and continued her totally not binging,
plastic knife.
but
I know
binging.
You're gonna cringe,
yes.
but...
Here's another mukbang.
This is a sirloin, and it's medium. Perfect. Actually very tender.
And here we have, in a semi-natural habitat, a Chantel actually chewing food.
But I'm cutting it with the most dull knives ever. That's good. The mashed potatoes don't taste boxy.
Well, if there's anyone out there that's going to know what a box tastes like, it's definitely going to be you. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
It's actually more rare than I prefer. Alright, so I did a couple of things. I put my steak in the air fryer. It looks a little more cooked, but still bloody.
I know that beef, lamb, chicken, fish, venison, game birds can all be halal, but, being bloody, that's interesting. Not a very good Muslim, are you? On to the next video.
So I'm gonna have Chinese food. General So. Alright, let me just open everything. Alright.
You know, this not binging malarkey looks very easy. All you have to do is binge and then convince yourself you're not binging after ordering almost everything off your local Chinese food takeaways menu. Oh, and some blasphemy that you call tea.
Do I have an addiction to fast food? Yeah. Takeout? Yeah. Two things can be true at once. Binge eating and fast food addiction. Which actually makes the situation more messed up for me because...
She goes on to make excuses. The correct answer and the shorter one is... She's getting heavier while telling everyone she only weighs 377 pounds, which is less than what she weighed at her highest when she looked thinner. Interesting. Now, because of everything Chantel gave up when she went to Kuwait, Chantel has been trying to find more appropriate and modest clothing to wear while in Kuwait, especially as the summer is in full swing and it is far too hot for somebody of Chantel's size. No, I'm not fat-shaming, I'm stating the bleeding obvious that all that insulation is only beneficial in the winter and if you're on a sleigh delivering presents. So Chantel goes retro and tries out some shirts. One of which I actually really like. 10 points to your Hogwarts house if you can guess which one.
I would take anywhere between a 4 or 5X. Sometimes a 3X at Maurice's will fit me depending on how baggy fit the clothes are made. I carry a lot of my weight. I'm apple shaped in my abdomen. Hi guys, alright, so this is shirt number 1. It is a button up plaid in the back.
Ew.
I like the color. And yeah, you can wear it with any kind of pants, basically like the other shirt, very casual. I really like this shirt. I like the color. I love greens. And I like how it's like shiny.
If any of you in the Premiere chat or in the comments down below are writing shirt number 3, I'm going to ban you. This heresy will not stand. That is a pajama shirt at best, or a porn star one from the 80s.
If you want to make your man very happy, you must bring him several wives. If you need help with that, please reach out to me. My husband is my king. If my husband tells me to sit down, I sit down. If my husband tells me not to go out, I don't go out.
As is often the case every month, Chantal does love herself some good old-fashioned top-notch quality community posting with comments turned off and ratioed to high hell. Would you look at that? A thin, healthy-looking young woman with a fatty, toxic liver disease. The thing is, people usually only accuse obese people with health issues such as this. People assume that because a person is a normal BMI that they are healthy. Edit, I'm not saying obesity is healthy, I am just saying that people only make assumptions about an obese person's health, but never look at a thin person and say, hey, I bet they have diabetes and fatty liver. The fun little fact here really is that some people will have lost the weight and will have issues with their liver and diabetes. Diabetes could be the very thing actually that made them change their health to do this in the first place. Chantal also shared the definition of what lying is. To make an untrue statement with intent to deceive. The amusing thing here is with the mental gymnastics that Chantal employs with this community post, she has convinced herself that her lies are truthful to her. Because unless she is drunk, high off her knockers, and crunk streaming, she will never admit she is knowingly, willfully, actually, factually wrong. Or will have knowingly lied, misled anyone, her beezers, and French fried fatty fraud, her editor, lover, future wife, or butt plug, I can't tell these days with those two. As all these mukbangs and contradictions aren't going down very well, Garra World have naturally managed to get her attention, because that's difficult, isn't it now? So Chantal addressed them by saying, Garra World is disgusting. A bunch of sad, also overweight hypocrites obsessed with my weight. Who cares? Let me tell you right now, whether I binge, whether I gain something pounds, IDGAF. One thing I will never do, unlike Garra World, is place my self-worth in my fucking weight. There are sad sacks of crap making whole-ass live streams obsessing about my weigh-ins. Please, take your kids out and get a life, FFS. Enjoy your sad lives. Chantal later on put out a community post, quite a lengthy one, concerning Sam and Yaba, because Chantal had mentioned the children. Now I believe these children have been mentioned before by Sam, Yaba and others online, but because Chantal's mentioned them, that's haram. I will insert a disclaimer, irrespective of the context. The fact that many pounce on Chantal every time she defends herself, in the manner that many do, makes outsiders who know nothing of Chantal and you think of you as petty and vindictive. She is already that. You don't need to bite on everything or think that suddenly there is a line in the sand just cause. There are standards we as creators hold, and Chantal should know better than to raise the children question. Many throw back at her that she can't have kids. That's what people do. Now, I don't think she really wanted to be a mother, of course not, but I don't think it's right to say, you can't be one, so what do you know? Yeah, using her biological misfortune, and I'm going to call it that because that's what it is, the straw that broke the camel's back, as an excuse to absolutely hammer her for not being a complete woman as some often tout it. Chantal was well within her right though within this sphere of the internet because of the level of toxicity involved to use the very same tactics used against her. And this is on the daily. In any other community, this crap from all of you, and I mean Chantal and everyone in Garra World, would be abused to high hell because the tactics you guys are willing to use fall well outside the realm of acceptable. If you want to criticize her, you don't need to lower the bar in the process. When you lower the bar, it means the bar is lowered for her as well, which is why this is often considered acceptable for everyone but Chantal. This has been my TED Talk and I hope you enjoyed every last moment of it. Just to clarify though, Chantal is not in the right to mention someone else's children, of course not. Of course, if you've written a rather aggressive comment and didn't hear me say that, you can go fuck yourself. Now, if anyone's been wondering where Salah has been all month, he's been playing GTA 5 on his channel, but he did show two characters within it having sex as part of the paparazzi arc. This did get reported to YouTube, but the stream at time of recording in mid-August is still up. And while we're talking about this, Chantal made a little admission about going through his phone apparently.
He showed me like one, he's like, what the fuck, and he like blocked her. One woman, like, I was checking his messages, I'm not gonna lie. And one woman's like bending over and like thinks she, just because she bends over, like, number one, like, I'm pretty sure like men love like women who respect themselves.
If you want to make your man very happy, you must bring him several wives. If you need help with that, please reach out to me. My husband is my king. If my husband tells me to sit down, I sit down. If my husband tells me not to go out, I don't go out.
Low life, stupid comment. Funko. Are you projecting? Because you sound inbred yourself, trust me. Gary, inbred. Yabba, inbred. Hillbilly, inbred. Deliverance, 101. Oh, I'm sorry, they're retarded.
You know, when she's not fighting these world people, all of whom need each other, as I've said many times, it's very symbiotic. Unless you're one of the clip channels that doesn't bite with her when she bites back. It does happen, and there are some that do, let's say, pass unnoticed or make their bread without having to get too involved. Not everyone has to be balls deep, like FFG. Chantel likes to do more mukbanging. Exhibit A.
Okay, so good. I'm not gonna touch my hijab. Ooh, look at this tandoori roti. If I get butter sauce on my shirt, I'm gonna freak out. Bread and the butter chicken. Beauty bite. Here, new thumbnail.
Butter chicken, traditionally known as murg makhani, is an Indian dish originating in Delhi. From Wikipedia.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Well, today I have a meal from my kitchen. So I'll explain in a minute, but first to drink I have some Diet Pepsi. Okay. Yikes.
This is from a mukbang video titled Pasta, Homemade Soup and Croissant Sandwich. Thumbnail, YouTube policy on eating disorders, because many have raised questions about the super skinny and of course the super morbidly obese, that because of that are vertically challenged as they get shorter and shorter yet wider and wider. You may have noticed within this totally not binging arc, Chantel has not really relented with what she is and is not eating, but she does need to make content, and spare stuff is spare stuff, which means easy content.
A binge would be me eating the whole pizza and then more. But I had 3 slices and stopped when I was full. So actually, yes, that was...
The idea is to learn how to eat pizza normally, not avoiding it entirely.
It's actually very good progress.
This would explain why Chantel went ham earlier in the month, replying to virtually everyone that left a negative comment on that video. If you're not seeing them on the screen, look at the screen. Now, ever since Chantel and Salah got together, quotes around that, there have been many questions about their marriage, not helped by her TikTok page where there's a question mark next to the ring. Or recently, this individual started appearing in Salah's chats. Chantel got uber defensive about it. The funny thing is, Salah is a mod on this individual's channel. They do food content. I have no real opinion about it. Chantel, though, put out a community post and went super defensive, declaring that he loves me, get over it, stop trying to mess with our lives, you are just mad, I don't have to invent a man like French Fried Goblin does. You are mad that in all my mess, I am still special enough to always, besides one loser, find loving good partners. Well, stay mad and stay out of my relationship. Following this up with, and by the way that was deleted, and so's this one. Hey Boozin, are you projecting and trying to find any hint that I'm being cheated on because you were by Gorlick loser? Isn't he still active as like a part of the world? He cheated on you with Jessica Massacre, and it's disgusting when you offered your kids as a bonus daughter to him. Oh no. I hate the internet sometimes.
There was this lady that people thought it was Salah's wife because she kept commenting on his live stream or whatever, and then people clicked on it, on her name, and went to her channel and discovered that he was commenting and he was a moderator of her channel. So people kept digging and digging, and it turns out that this lady went live saying that she was Salah's other wife. So let's watch that.
Are you Salah's wife? Yes. Yes.
A few moments later.
That one woman from that Marriage is Halal, yeah, I judged her because, not judging her, but just giving my opinion, how I find it annoying that she's like promoting, trying to encourage
women to allow their man multiple wives, encouraging adultery.
While we have this second wife arc, we should probably go back to the binge part, just for a moment, because Chantal has some insightful words for this as well, taken from one of her more recent binges.
And I'll never glorify a binge. Like I said, you can think that you've seen a binge on my channel, you haven't. Not once.
That video was taken directly from the Stuff K Said Twitter account. Go follow them. Now I do want to insert some context. The context from the Marriage as Halal lady, because this is important. We need to understand what on earth is going on, and you deserve as much information as I can be asked to put on the screen.
Just because your father wasn't in your life doesn't mean all men are horrible. A lot of women have misdirected anger because they are upset with their fathers for not being there for them and providing and protecting them. They think all men are trash. Stop that. You're only continuing to hurt yourself. Heal from it. Close the chapter on your father, and best believe there are good men out there. When you heal, you'll be able to find them.
Yeah. Salah fell asleep. I bet you any money. Oh! You're awake, babe. Sorry, I had I'm not brushing my teeth with this, but I like to wipe them.
If you didn't notice, her viewership has been going down. Yeah, people really are getting fed up with Chantal. But it's okay. With revenue drying up, Chantal has a way of getting out of this. To milk the system to get some more bread in the form of paneer, butter chicken, from Delhi.
Hey there, Beezers! Want a personalized video from me to you that you can keep forever? Or maybe a special shout out? Or maybe you just have a pressing question for me you want answered. All you have to do is request a personalized video or direct message from me on Cameo. It's super easy. Cameos also make great birthday or special occasion gifts. Hope to hear from you. Bye!
I see we're being presented with more poor decisions. Nice to see you've changed it up a bit, going from Diet Pepsi to full fat. Because as is often the case in the context of the meal you're eating, the diet makes all the bleeding difference. Swag wall, famalam. You're hip. This is her Cameo page. You can see the price, about $25. She's even had a few orders, apparently. Yay!
This message is for Chicken Pickle. I love your name. So I have a special message. I have a special message just for you, Chicken Pickle. Bestie, you are my bestie, and you are the best, and I just want to wish you well on your weight loss journey. And not that there's anything wrong with you needing a mobility scooter. If you need it, even if you are overweight, I just want you to know that I wish you luck on your weight loss journey, so that if that's your goal, to no longer need a mobility scooter, then I hope you achieve your goals, and I wish you well, and thank you so much for reaching out. Bye!
Chantal's size difference has been documented quite extensively on social media, Twitter especially, or X as it is now called. Part of me is starting to believe that perhaps Salah is getting in on the joke, because he doesn't use as many filters and he can be a bit of a troll at times.
Wow.
Queen Visa.
So nice.
Beside the beach, maybe?
Not down there, no, the hill, look at it. Up here.
Maybe you have to jump here.
No way.
Why not?
No. I'm not gonna stop it.
Come on, babe, it's easy to jump here. Try. Guys, you think she can jump here? Hi guys.
Now, owing to some facial tics that have been noted by Alex as Shook, owing to the fact that she has been commenting on her own live streams with her other account as Harry the Hamster, Chantel put out a community post saying, "Hi Beezers, I'm okay, just been busy. And don't argue that they have lives because FFG is resorting to making fun of how my husband's foot moves. Anyway, I just want to say how gross the GW community is, not Games Workshop world. I knew when I posted my thumbnail of my whole body, people would go nuts. Y'all need to grow the F up, for real. People are fat, get over it. I'd rather be round and pretty than be a miserable loser who doesn't have any content of their own and has to be a petty-ass loser just to survive. Imagine looking like the creatures pictured below and judging how fat people look. You can change fat, but you can't change ugly and stupid. FFG is probably, literally and objectively the ugliest woman on YouTube. It's pure hysterical irony that she accuses anyone of having a fake marriage when she literally invents a whole ass man. I don't know who is worse, her or her dumb squad of zombies who eat it up. Anyway, I'll be back soon. I wish Garra World would get some content and leave people alone. Pathetic ass pieces of crap. Again, body shame me all you want. I will never be ashamed of myself. Blah 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 blah. XO. Oh, she's also joined Weight Watchers after Amberlynn Reid just quit it. At this point anyway.
I joined Weight Watchers. I finally did it. I know you're going to think, oh, Amberlynn joined Weight Watchers. So what? There's so many people on Weight Watchers.
Now, if you are at all interested in supporting Chantel, Cameo may not be the place for you. What you want is a fragrance. Something that really speaks Chantel, Mariam, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, McJiggletits, Apple-bodied, plaid shirt wearing, Chicken Royale munching, Diet Pepsi slurping, son of a gun. You might want to consider a bottle of her finest Beezer disinfectant spray bottled scent.
Hi guys, Assalamu alaikum. Well, you asked for Beezer spray, and so we delivered.
The thing with this, as others pointed out, you might want to consider not actually purchasing it from the link she provided on her videos, because no, scammy. Basically, the payment page is not encrypted. Now, Chantel is trying to go on holiday. She wants to see the world. She also wants to go to Disney, so she wants to be shown the world. And the rest of the lyrics, that song I don't know because I'm not really a Disney person, right? Salah is not going to be joining her, and she's already paid for it.
Celebs at Disney. I know. I have reservations already for Be Our Guest. The first thing I did when I don't know, I hope I can go. I'm not going to say for sure I'm going or not, but I went and booked all the reservations at the restaurants.
She also has announced, towards the end of the month, that she wants to do a skincare line, because that's what someone who never looks after their skin should do, launch something that takes care of themselves.
So, I think that I'm going to try to make my own. Amazon, you can buy all these little pots, cute pots for cheap in mass. You can buy them in mass quantities, and then you can make, I have a label maker. I have a label maker already. You need like a double boiler, just whip up I'm going to put vitamin E oil too. I'm not going to share all my secrets.
Throughout the month of July, Chantel has maintained the facade that she is seeking help to improve herself. She is trying to expand her empire, her franchise. But the only thing expanding is her waistline. She is reducing herself down to the level that World willingly use on a daily basis against her, and by doing so, she lowers the bar as well, which means their fighting will never resolve itself. It is getting worse and worse because everyone keeps on finding a way to poke and prod Chantel's triggers, and they're all very obvious. So naturally, Chantel kept calm and carried on with mukbangs throughout the entire month.
Off the bat, let me see.
Before putting out a couple shorts to finish the month of July.
Hello, my favorite sub from Subway is a 12-inch Italian BMT on Italian herbs and cheese bread with white cheese, lettuce, tomato, extra olives, pickles, balsamic vinegar, mayonnaise. Did I say non-toasted? Non-toasted. That's all.
Who's my mommy and my daddy?
You might have noticed that I have left something out of this month concerning Music Biz Marty. I left it out because I have no idea how to address this. The Cliff's Notes is, Chantel was watching someone called Cyrax. Afterwards, live streamed about how sick it was to troll Cyrax. Marty was the troll. Cyrax is allegedly, because I have no proof of it myself, a PDF file. Yes. Marty didn't like that she was sticking up for Cyrax, and that is what started the ball rolling. Music Biz Marty gives zero fecks when it comes to Chantel, and Chantel, being an idiot, keeps on biting down, keeps on attacking and clapping back throughout the entire month. Marty continues to make threats. Members of Marty's audience involve members of family for Chantel. It gets bad. How one adequately covers that, I don't know. But I'm leaving it like this with a blank screen because I do not know how to address it properly. So perhaps in August, I may be able to do that or ask someone else to provide a suitable statement, and that will be read in August. Much like in all previous months for Chantel, there are multiple arcs going on at the same time. During this month, we have a weight loss journey, we have the haters, we have the fact that Chantel defended a PDF file, yes, and that caused a whirlwind of a storm that I have to address, but I'm going to reduce that down considerably. You also had the speculation Chantel was in Canada but not in Canada, and of course her marriage to Salah. All going on at once. It makes things quite complicated. We're going to go through each day as we have sources for them, and when those stories align, of course, we could embellish on them a little. So disclaimer, as with all previous months, this one is hardly going to be the tidiest.
I don't know, no matter what I try to do, I don't think a reserve lifestyle is good for me because it just comes out. I don't know, I'm really feeling like, what's gonna happen to me in public now? Am I gonna be in trouble? Can someone Google if it's illegal to pass gas here in public?
Owing to the fact Chantel is renowned for being lazy, I thought I'd take the liberty of looking up whether or not it is illegal to fart in public in Kuwait. The only thing I could find was that it is in Florida after 6 PM. That's not Kuwait. And that many people speculate on Reddit that those in Saudi Arabia only do it so they can collect it in pipes and have it sent to Bahrain. But the serious answer would be, there is a possibility if you do it on purpose, loudly in a public place, you could be pinched for being a public nuisance. That is how it is perceived in some regions within the Middle East. It is hardly top of the list of problems for the Middle East. Climate change is the more notable. Chantel began the month of August off with community posts. Mistakes were made, all were deleted, but don't worry, we archived all of them. The first post that got everyone's attention: I'm coming back to Canada for a visit. I see we made a mistake and we started off strong. Later on, OMG, I can't tell you people anything. Get a life. I'm coming to Canada, and no, not when the Goblin Peter Griffin predicted. I am coming for a visit and for other business, and not in August but sometime in the future. After that, my husband and I will travel together to our planned destination. Now shade at FFG, which is totally justified aside, because FFG is a grifting pack, we're going to go to the next post, because there was a back and forth and I didn't get it in time, between her, Chantel, and Yaba of the YouTube Underground. Is that the channel name? Yes. Hey Yabba Dabba Ding Dong. Looks like you are for sure projecting when you call me a funkle baby. How incredibly educated and mature of you, since looks like statistically the state you are from, Indiana, has the most inbreeding in the US, Lamau. Also, if we're going to compare looks, Foxy8 did a great job showcasing your weird puffy Cabbage Patch genetic mutation looking face. No offense to any of my viewers from these states, I'm using these statistics to prove a point. Now there is a point here. The counter is, it's an obvious one, the Middle East, because of culture, is rife with inbreeding with marriages to first cousins. This has led to a number of documentaries in the United Kingdom where people have been born in the UK after marrying their cousins have suffered from a number of conditions, genetic deformities, and mental health concerns. Let's call it that. I don't want to use the actual word, I'll get into trouble. It begins with R though. This is a consequence of people who try to normalise something that should not be normalised. Inbreeding is the obvious one. The final community post of this particular thread: for the people commenting, Arab countries have the highest inbreeding in the world, STFU. First off, Yaba the moron started this BS. Second, Arabs don't look inbred and puffy and weird like her, and don't act like they are missing brain cells like her. I'm simply giving right back to her what she dishes out. Third, I'm not Arab, and her insult is directed at me, so your point is irrelevant. Fourth, my point is she likes to make dumb insults about inbreeding when she herself is from a state with high inbreeding statistics. Comments turned off. Fun fact, going forward, the dislike is also turned off and so are comments. For a number of videos, it gets quite frustrating. Chantel though is right, because while someone is making the point that where she lives inbreeding is high, you are insulting the wrong part of Chantel to make a point at her, instead aiming around her to make it seem like that's worse than your situation. It's a deflection. I find this quite frustrating within this sphere of YouTube, that instead of focusing on the problem, many just bring it down to the base issue. And the base issue is just insulting and turd flinging, which is quite common and exhausting. No offense to those who do it, except for FFG, you're a hack. On to the first mukbang of the month.
Hello. Today's Taco Tuesday. Okay, baby girl. Okay, time to get down. Let me guess, talking to your cat in a stern voice is considered animal abuse, right? I can't with people on the internet. I can't.
Just before I show you some of her greatest hits when it concerns eating food, yes, that's what I just said. During her mukbangs going forward, she promotes her cameo, which is something Nick Ocado does. I assume she ripped it off him. No, I'm not playing the advert. No. Second, no, it is not animal abuse to use a sterner voice on your pet. Although the amount of times Foodie Beauty is an animal abuser has trended on Twitter is quite high.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my weight. Why do people act brand new when it comes to weight loss and diets and all these other things? And everyone's an expert all of a sudden, blah, blah, blah. Do you see me eating without tracking? I'm obviously off track. So, you know that like a lot of the world is overweight, right? So if it was that easy and people were successful with the first even 50 attempts at weight loss, there would be no issues. So people need to stop acting brand new, and reaction channels who are also 300-400 pounds, even 250 pounds, need to stop judging people who are also overweight and struggling. Also, therapy isn't always the solution.
There are a number of bones of contention with what Chantel said, the obvious ones being, you are approaching this from the wrong angle. If you are treated it as a diet, you will fail because you don't look for a long-term solution, you're looking for a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Second, how ungrateful are you that you have new people come into your audience offering advice? You may have seen it thousands of times, like I have every single Cthulhu-based meme that I get sent every single bleeding holiday. But I don't get angry about it or call someone... What was it again you said?
So people need to stop acting brand new.
Yes, that. And finally, therapy is an aid, a guide. It is not a solution. Solutions involve multiple things working together, and that includes you. Moving on.
And I'm 5'2", he's 6'2". So he's literally an entire foot taller than me. Ooh.
So next I'm going to read some tweets from a number of people who commentate on yes, because this now concerns an individual called Marty. Okay, shenanigans. Let me make this abundantly clear for those who might assume otherwise. I do not endorse what Marty is doing. I am merely archiving it to keep everyone up to date, and my uh-ohs are me acknowledging the shit she stepped into with the wrong person. Later on tweeting, Chantel thought ignoring Marty would make him back down, but it only enraged him even more. Now he's apologising for going easy on her last night, and plans to go harder. Brace yourself, Chantel. I don't know what's coming, but I'm sure it's bad. Reply, can someone please explain this to me like I'm 5, or link me a video recapping it? Who is Marty? WTF happened, and why is there police? Thanks. Reply, Foodie Beauty opened her big mouth about a community she knew nothing about, calling the main troll in this community names and defending the main character who is also a PDF file. So she's upset the wrong people and they've set their sights on her. She was given an out to make out with Salah on YouTube, but of course we all knew Salah wouldn't allow that to happen. So the trolling has started. By the way, it's the Cyrax community. Take a look if you can stomach it. Barbecue chicken. I want to make it clear I won't cover anything Marty has streamed unless Chantal addresses it on a video or live stream. I'm not getting involved any further than that. John Pepper Jack Galt. Goral World talks a lot about karma. Look, he didn't pick this fight. The past 3 damn days, how many creators and watchers told Chantal to drop it and leave MBM alone? She's getting the karma y'all say you wanted, don't cry now. Included is a community post of interest, by all means pause to read it. Sinatra, I'm 99.9% against going IRL, but this is like the 5th PDF file she's defended while doing what she did on Omegle, while actively hating kids. Maybe don't defend PDF files, abuse animals, and celebrate school shootings constantly and people won't go after you. Back to shenanigans. If this is true, yikes. Bad seed. You should have stayed in Goral World. Post, Foodie Beauty, we have developed some very nasty plans for you. A secret society of vigilantes will create an anonymous group and will invade your membership. We will block your visas secretly, especially Salah, because those secret anonymous members will become moderators. And we will never let you earn a single drop of penny from donations. However, you don't know who it'll be. It might be infesting in your membership pretending to care about your big ass. But maybe they are now lurking, waiting for a big surprise of your life. Don't mind my ass, because you don't know me. And now let the games begin. Your channel is on the line. TikTok. PS, you are banned from my channel and your opinion don't matter. Tee-hee. With others being equally confused about how Chantal got involved, the explanation: Marty, troll, Cyrax, PDF file. Marty did not like that Chantal, stuck up for Cyrax. Chantal put out a community post addressing this by saying, I want to address a few things before I go on to just focus on beezing and light-hearted content from now on. I should never have spoken about Cyrax and the community surrounding him. I didn't know any of the deplorable actions he engaged in, otherwise I would never have said anything at all. I didn't do my research or homework. I am very impulsive and it usually doesn't work in my favour. Like I said, I just thought he was being trolled because of his looks and rages, etc. I will never speak about this subject again. What I also find deplorable is laughing and encouraging and supporting someone doxing and swatting and going real life to innocent family members because I had an opinion you didn't like on the internet. It's okay for you all to obsessively target me and my family on the regular, and it's really gross. I will not address anything online ever again though, and deal with harassment and other matters with the law as needed. Comments turned off. Bets on Chantal lasting 24 hours before deciding, YOLO swag fam, they totally can't see me here. Time for me to clap back. If you called it, congratulations, because she was doing it in a live stream chat. Wasn't this Salah's? Because he also had a few words to say as well.
Trolls, go to your motherfuckers who sent you here, who called Farty, that he is useless, and if he is think that he is a man, I'm here in Kuwait and you know my address, okay? And you show our face and our address, we're not afraid. He's the biggest coward on the internet, I swear.
Was when I was in Cuba, had a whole bottle of rum in me, and found out that I was being cheated on with Didi with basically the whole time and lied to. So I was very, and being abused. So yeah, I was very out of my element, thank you. So, not saying it was right, but yeah. But yeah, like, I figured out, like, the price of things. Like, to do groceries for, like, a week, it would be more money to make, like, interesting meals every day. It would be more money to, like, and more effort to cook and buy the food from the grocery store than it would to order every day by, like, a few KD. So what's the point, you know? No thanks.
Yes, sometimes to try and distract from the impending doom that is her channel, she has to drag up characters like Dee the Grey, and also proving the point that she's not really committed to changing her ways, because it has to be interesting food for her to justify making it into content. Her existence online is everything to her, but she doesn't care about money. But she does care about money. And also, she has a kitchen, which she showed off last month and the month before, but she doesn't want to use it, because that's effort, everyone. The cost and effect and all of that, she's got to make money to get by, everyone. Support her on Patreon, it's patreon.com/Omegon. The mentality involved in how she thinks when it comes to looking after herself, where everything has to be interesting, when in reality the food to really get yourself on the right track is remarkably bland, is an unhealthy one to have, and is why she fails every time. Chantel, while trying not to allude to when she was going back to Canada, couldn't help herself in various live chats and desperately wanted to go and check in on BBJ. While this was going on, Marty was very close to getting Chantel's mum's car towed, only to be thwarted by a neighbour and Chantel's mother. Shenanigans tweeted, "If I knew my family was being targeted because of me, I would do anything I have to do to ensure they are safe, starting with shutting the F up. I can't imagine sitting back and letting it all happen while I double down and dig my heels in. She genuinely doesn't give a fudge about anyone at all." Kristen, Chantel keeps calling Marty an incel despite being in the middle of a conversation with his actual girlfriend. I think it's a coping mechanism since she at the moment is a volcel with a paid for husband. Barbecue Chicken did put out a video, as she often does, with a condensed version of this, the whole doxing problem thing, and Chantel's cope for it.
She make it clap, clap, clap.
So anyway, as for doxing FFG, it was an accident once where I showed her number accidentally, and I even messaged her, offered to change her number and pay for it. So no, it's not the same as deliberately doxing people, sending them to your family's house. And even then, how does that, it should be me that's being doxed then in retaliation, not my family, dumbass. So keep doing, oh, he's coming for you. No, he's coming for my family because he can't do here, and he's just going to keep digging yourself a legal hole. I'm not Cyrax, I'm not going to sit there and take your You are going to be buried in the legal system, just watch.
Chantel's community posts, all of which have since been deleted. I think I will take a long break from streaming, guys. I will upload a couple of videos instead. If you still support my channel with membership, it is very much appreciated. But also, I can communicate privately with members on TikTok or Instagram for now, and I may make a private Discord with only trusted and known beezers allowed in. I will see. I'm thinking of the safety of my members because a huge coward thinks it's okay to threaten people. It's not. And I will follow up with YouTube, but until then I will not stream. And using past events that are taken out of context as justification for criminally harassing innocent people is weak as F, such as using Cuba Rage. No one harassed Dee Dee's mom as a result, and they doxed her first. Actually, no one was harassed in any way in real life because of my actions, so again, weak justification, but that's probably what helps you all sleep at night. All sheep mentality. Also for Imperfect Hamster, she doxed my private information first and made derogatory videos about us every day. So no, we are not even close. Even so, two wrongs don't make a right. Just an FYI, for any beezers targeted by this criminally insane giant douche, you can use the screenshot of his list of doxing to contact the police. This is also illegal and easy to prove. I have his name and address if you need it. Go spend time with your girlfriend instead of harassing others online. You always accuse Salah and I of being in a loveless relationship, but nothing says romance like hanging in your parents' basement, doxing and swatting, am I right? Dox people all you want, you are only digging yourself a bigger legal hole. The cops might laugh at Cyrax, but you are not above the law. For the record, I don't care if everyone unsubs from me, I would rather have no followers than fake people afraid of a big fat bully. So those getting entertainment out of my sub count dropping, enjoy your pathetic form of entertainment. Hey Islamophobe, we will kiss when you kiss Salah's shoes. Deal? Oh, and that no streaming thing lasted a day. Not even that. Yeah, that face says it all.
Sorry, Daisy Saturn, we're too busy beezing. Right, guys?
Foodie Beauty community post. Edit. Also, my parents are not responsible for my actions at 39 years of age. You're 39? How'd you get this far? At least I don't have a daughter or son who doxes and swats and threatens innocent people every night for lols. You doxed many times. Are you sure about that? By the way, threatening to dox members of a channel can cost you yours. He doesn't care. Also, anyone supporting this behaviour of swatting, doxing and threatening members who have children, etc. is beyond sick, and I don't want to see your faces near my chat ever again. People acting like this cowardly criminal is some celebrity. Real brave targeting innocent people from your parents' basement just because they are associated with me. What about you being accountable for the swatting and doxing? You support this. And all the people who are afraid to say anything because you are just as big of cowards as it is. By the way, swatting is a criminal offence. Good luck. Comments turned off.
Abby, let's go walking.
Okay. I'm doing this while fasting, intermittent fasting. Nothing but the Americano, so yeah. Thanks for the support, man.
Anything for the health of my love.
There is nothing quite so romantic as watching your husband help you waddle across a short space of sand, to then profess your love for one another while not even looking at each other and instead focusing on the camera lens to declare your love for one another. I'm starting to think that the reason you had to have Salah help you walk there was because in an earlier clip I showed, I heard a clicking sound that sounded like a walking aid, like a stick or a Zimmer frame. I'll play the clip and hopefully you get it.
And I'm 5'2", he's 6'2". So he's literally an entire foot taller than me. Ooh.
As we approach the middle of the month, we finally get something from Chantel that really calls into question a few things. Firstly, how much Chantel weighs, what the scales say, and what everyone believes. Because we got a weigh-in, she believes it's really bad, it is really bad, but most of us are certain it's much worse than what she says because no one believes those scales to be accurate. And also the capacity limit of those scales means that chances are she'd have to buy another set of scales just to give us the correct weight. Chantal is a type to give every excuse for why she can't do something and not provide one solid, valid reason for why she can accomplish anything. She is a quitter unless it involves doing nothing and eating and eating and eating and eating and then blaming everything on why she's just eating. Exhibit A will be the following video.
So I want to share a weigh-in with you.
Today is August 13th, 2023. Let's do this weigh-in. Oh my gosh. 171.3 kg.
So my weight is just creeping and creeping. So it's no surprise that I've been struggling with my weight and keeping my eating under control and just letting everything, collapse. I'm gonna try again.
I'm a little ashamed too.
It's okay, still walking.
So.
A part of this story we haven't spoken about much in the month of August is that Chantal was believed to be back in Canada at a point, and some of the mukbangs that she put out were old, like this one for example, where it is quite clearly photoshopped and really badly so. I would love to know what the face was behind that. No doubt, unflattering, maybe a chin fell out. And I know most people only have one chin, Chantal does not. Something though that led to the speculation of her being in Canada getting kinda nixed was the stream I Missed You, because that is clearly not Canada. That sofa behind her is a giveaway.
Ew, there was like a weird thing in my beef, so I can't eat it. Luckily for me, I have a backup sandwich. You always have to have a backup sandwich.
Well, of course, when one is a mukbanger, they must always be prepared for a mishap, like being 2/3 of the way through a sandwich to find something a little bit funky, then pull up the backup sandwich. Alright.
I know you're thinking, what about your diet? I'm just trying to find my way, man. Like, the type of weight loss plan I'm seeking is one that is also one that I can maintain.
Just in case anyone there was wondering how her diet was going. As the Marty story is ongoing throughout this month, I can't avoid it. Chantal had recommended her audience go underground, go anon, do whatever they could to protect themselves. So at one point giving off an air of consideration for her audience. Okay, let's challenge that one, shall we?
Town didn't obey. This is his content. Like, he thinks it's going to affect me somehow. Like I'm responsible for his actions, so people are going to blame me. Of course, a lot of people are scared because, like,
people who are pussies are scared of this loser, but whatever.
Chantal, being an idiot, decided that while it's not okay for anyone to dox, to partake in activities that can be considered doxing by sharing Marty's personal information, to later delete it, quickly I might add, by saying deleted previous post because, as a sane Beezer pointed out, I am not crap like people who support someone who swats, doxes and harasses innocent people. The nerve of you brainless people to accuse anyone from my community or myself of being vile, or dare ask how anyone can support me. But you all support these disgusting juvenile actions. Idiocy at its finest. Now back to ignoring you vile people. If you do get harassed, I would suggest calling the authorities and reporting it as malicious doxing and harassment. No one should be harassed or bothered just for watching an entertainer on YouTube. Is that what you are? Interesting.
Those are like over the counter, kinda. It was like $60 every other day or so. Like I would get like a wheelchair and they would last me like 2 days max. Yeah, mashallah, enjoy. They do have medicines here, but like a lot of them require a prescription from the doctor, you know, and like, well, my antidepressants like are for my anxiety, but those are like over the counter.
This is a lie. The antidepressants she references are actually black market, which is quite common in the area of the world she is in.
Shukran. Wow. Right here?
Whatever you like, babe.
How about here? Oh, cool.
Oh, and because this tickled me to no end, and I can't play the cringy music included, in a couple's vlog that was not on the couple's channel, Salah spoke to Chantal and said something quite, well, interesting. One, because Chantal was looking across at what I think was meant to be him, but his audio was coming from a different place, which made me think he wasn't sat opposite her, but nearer the camera.
I'll start with our rice.
Is it good, honey?
Yeah, so much.
So I'm gonna try this hummus. It has sumac and olive oil.
Afterwards, they went on a romantic walk. This is probably the most walking she's done in quite some time.
Hey, let's go home. Yeah, enough, because just now we ate, guys. So, yeah. Enough exercises today and walking.
Yes.
Alright guys, it's time to go home.
Yalla, let's go. Can't wait to miss Julia.
Julia. Alright guys, so catch you in another video.
I've never seen someone look so fed up of being vertical in my life. What fascinates me is that I've been sat at my desk making August for 4.5 hours and my hips hurt from being sat down for too long. She's the opposite.
And a bunch of pickles.
Yes. Look at these pickles, guys. Bismillah.
It was only a week ago when that video came out that Chantal was talking about how it wasn't worth dying over pickles for high blood pressure. Oh, and since Chantal totally doesn't obsess over everything everyone says about her, this is what she says about the Twitter folk.
And I seriously don't know how people can accuse someone of not having a life when you do that all day, like nitpicking the dumbest things, spending all day on Twitter trying to tear someone down. I've said this a million times. I don't even have Twitter. So whenever people are talking about me, are they talking to themselves? Like, they literally are. I also realized something else that's very empowering. Yeah, a lot of people don't like me. I don't need you to. I don't care. Like, who are you? I don't like you either. There, now we're unfriends. I have enough people in my life who love me. I don't care. I don't watch her, Rebecca. I'm not putting any more of my time into watching anything negative. Like, you know, I made that pact to myself and to Salah, and we just decided to just, like, ignore everything and just live our lives. Salah was being very supportive. And people have to make it a negative thing. Like, it's some people's literal jobs online to try to twist something and making it into a negative. Just because we're not making out or doing really haram things on camera, and because Salah's first language is not English, any interaction, even though he's being completely loving, has to be awkward or a sign that he doesn't love me.
He doesn't love you, the marriage is fake, and quite frankly, the delivery is beyond parody.
Hey, babe.
Hi, baby. Actually, I want to say something.
Sure, baby, go ahead.
This food is quite expensive, but actually it's worth it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was telling them it's pretty pricey just for the small. How much? Like what? $25? Like for both things. A lot of people were recommending it to me. I'm glad I did. Maybe next time we could just share a large. Yeah.
Okay guys, see you later.
Yes, well that totally changed my mind. So to finish the month of August 2023, we actually have a bit of a surprise here. Chantel, well, as many would have noticed on Twitter, didn't go to Canada. She didn't travel there. No, she travelled somewhere else entirely, which led to much speculation, of course, and of course clapping back at for speculating and guessing and not getting any of it right, because Chantel went in the other direction. Queries about Salah cropped up. For example, if he's Syrian, does it make him a citizen because Syrians must obtain a visa before entering into Thailand? Yes, Chantel got 2 seats, for example, on her flight. She claims they were lucky. Okay, but the fact remains, Chantel and Salah went to Bangkok, and they vlogged this on their couple's channel. So I'm going to play a couple clips of that now.
We are in Thailand! Sawadee ka! Inshallah, I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm a little hot and sweaty from walking around. You know, I'm not in the best shape, but
You'll be okay, inshallah.
Yeah.
We're on the smallest plane of life right now.
Random copyright, yes, I have to do this little bit of vocal fair use, palaver nonsense malarkey thing. Duda, what's it? You're welcome. Continuing.
A coffee.
So we have like 4 hours or so left. I'm on my second movie. So while we did book our seats together, mashallah, the extra seat in the row, nobody was sitting there, so we used it for extra room. It's just, you know, more spacious and more comfortable for us, and we could put the blankets and pillows in the middle. And as you can see, I can use the center tray, which of course, because mine doesn't come all the way down.
I swear, I'm so sweaty and gross.
What's fascinating to me about the month of August is, financially, she can't have done that well from views. Yes, she has visas, but those numbers took a bit of a knock, courtesy of the incident with Marty. Whether that persists into September, I'm not entirely sure. But for now, Chantal is doing the very thing nobody thought she would do, and actually go somewhere other than Kuwait, to experience other cultures and fail miserably, like trying to use chopsticks.
I'm not good with chopsticks, as you can tell. Alright, let's try it. Wow, the fish sauce is so delicious.
As impressive as this is though, her going and doing other things, it should be noted, she has yet again partaken in doxing. She's employed bad tactics, made excuses for not doing what is better for her, and over the course of September you're going to understand just how dangerous things have gotten for her now. As far as her health goes, she is doing everything she can to downplay the severity of the danger she's in. At 39 years old, she does not get many years left to correct this. Not without a shortcut, and that will cost money, something which she's too busy spending on her bridegroom, whatever he is. Compared to other months, this one is going to be shorter, not because less happened, but because myself and my lovely mod, Leona, took a bit of time away because honestly, the ball ache that this has become. But we'll start strong and see how far we get. Chantel for the month of September 2023 was beezing it up in Bangkok, Thailand. So most of the content we're going to look at is actually the couple's content that was produced by Chantel and Salah, her pay-per-view husband. What's amusing is this is not a cheap holiday, although it's not really a holiday at the same time. It's a way of getting around certain visa problems. If it's not tax problems back in Canada, it's visa problems in Kuwait. So what Chantel needs is money, really. but that's not what she's getting. In fact, she streamed quite a few times and made absolutely sod all. She is losing because she is trying desperately to live a delusional version of her life to make it seem like she is something that she will never be. And the persistence in this is only going to hurt her more as she loses more. In a stream titled Bangkok Bees, Chantal wore quite a lovely hat. Not even lying, I thought it was kind of cool. This hat, by the way. A few weeks later, because I'm going to have to for this particular story, Eerie Pepperoni has that hat, and I appeared in her chat.
Omegon, what's up? Is this the real Omegon? I'm like honored if it is. Like, dude, is this you? You want my hats? Holy fucking shit, Omegon's in our chat, y'all. Okay, so here's what I'll do. How about we do this? We can play this game. I like this game. I have a game in plan. I will receive the hat. Okay? I will take my little photos with it. And then I will pass the hat on to you, Omegon. Only if you promise to pass it on to another reactor. Does that sound like a deal? Sweet. Okay. When I receive that hat, I'll take my pictures, I'll hit you up, and I'll send it to you.
And she sent it to me. Yes, at time of recording, the hat is in transit. But let's play a few clips from that Bangkok Bees stream just to see how entertaining Chantal is. Generally, if you're a live streamer, I've found having some kind of intro would do you some good. To get your audience there first, they don't just see you swirling a drink, looking disinterested, like you don't actually want to be there. Like your entire existence online is to be a live streamer to make money through donations, because there's no way with new YouTube terms of service you're getting monetized afterwards.
So I have some breakfast. Whoa. The best grilled cheese ever, I swear. Whoops. Burger King is not halal here, so I was craving it.
It's been a long time. Long day.
Oh my gosh. We did a lot yesterday. Dinner last night, I don't know what it was, but we ate it. It was weird. Like, the food situation is kind of weird.
If you are one of the people that watched the entire hour and 3-minute long stream, you'll realize it was just her eating and talking about what she's already recorded for the Chantal and Salah, or Salah and Chantal, I can't remember which way, YouTube channel. A channel we are going to focus our energies on because there are a number of points I'd like to raise. The obvious being, yes, they're clearly not a couple, stop forcing it. I've never seen two people look so uncomfortable in my entire life. The first video though, is a Madame Tussauds vlog. So that's where we're going to go now.
Hi guys, we are here at the Siam Discovery Center. We are going to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum.
So before going to the museum, we decided to have a quick little snack as we were going to have a bigger dinner later on in the evening, so we didn't want to fill up too much. I also feel like a balloon walking around on a full stomach, so no thanks. Free bread and butter for the win. I at first thought this was Bret Michaels.
Hey beautiful lady, you wanna ride?
Sure, let's go, yalla.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, sorry, there's no wheel.
Oh, okay. Well, forget that idea.
There is nothing remotely forced with that interaction. The relationship is 100% real. There is not a Nerf gun to my head forcing me to say these things. Yalla. To the next vlog, we're going to go to an animal sanctuary. Tiger Park, in fact. This brings up many bones of contention, and I don't like this particular animal park for a number of reasons that we'll get to, but go figure, someone that likes halal meat, which is animal cruelty, is known to have harmed her own animals and mistreated them for years, neglected them for years, would be okay with going to an animal park where they are heavily drugged. Here's some relevant clips now.
When you enter, you need to purchase the ticket that you want. There's also a souvenir shop. We're taking a picture with the smaller tigers.
Something I'd noticed in the quality of these vlogs was that Chantal was trying to make it seem like a travel brochure vlog, an influencer style of, you can do this, this and this, you should go and check it out. I don't know if that was her feeble attempt at trying to perhaps get sponsorships from places she would visit in the future, but based on the views she gets for these videos, I don't believe for any place that she would visit, it would be worth it for that place because Chantal has a rather unique community. They are only interested in her poor decisions, and then summarily review bombing the place she visits. In this instance, there's criticisms anyway, and I've already mentioned them. Additionally, even if Chantal managed to create a new community, they would eventually leave because of the other community she has already created. They're a lot stronger. Let's go with that. The clip I'm playing without the audio now is to highlight a point. Chantal says she's 360-ish, right? She has to take 2 steps back to lean forward far enough for her short arms to get into the sink to wash her hands. While she is vertically challenged, I do not believe for a second she's anywhere near 360. That would be a lofty goal for someone like Amber when she started on YouTube. And Amber at 360 was slimmer than you, and you're not far apart in height.
Hello guys, I'm so excited to pet the little baby tiger. There's the big ones. Oh my gosh, no way.
I'm not scared like 1% at all.
Nice. Pretty tiger.
That's amazing.
Oh.
The eye of the tiger.
Oh my gosh. So cute. It's beautiful. This one's nice.
You know, when you take out all the BS, you can make a YouTube short instead. Consider that a potential career change for you, Chantal, when you're not trying to be some kind of presenter hostess. Although I won't deny, the photo in the frame, that's kinda cool. But as I'm not a big fan of animals in captivity, I have to firmly take a stance against these kind of shows. And Salah, trying to look tough, is adorable. Your pay-per-view husband has all the muscle mass of a receipt.
I'm waiting my turn to buy some jumping shrimp. Basically eating shrimp alive. I'm brave.
A jumping shrimp?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
No. You can stun them with the sauce. They're still moving.
Yeah.
I can't.
What's this like?
Actually, it's a good flavor.
Earlier I mentioned review bombing. Well, here's one. My stay was the worst experience of my life. They put my family next to a woman who smelled like a blend of sulfur and blue cheese. I asked for a different room, but none available. The noise every night of adult activities was not fun, explaining to my children, Julia and Harry. She had the audacity to tell me I should have boarded my children instead of bringing them with us. Front desk was also out of toothbrushes. Rooms 1 out of 5, service 1 out of 5, location 1 out of 5. Can anyone say they are honestly surprised that this happened? Can anyone also be honest and say they're surprised when Chantal is, as she put it herself, fat-shamed in public in Thailand? It's quite impressive to me that she made a big deal out of this to an extent because the obesity rate in Thailand is close to 50%.
She's so sweet. Baby. No. You eat food, just food, yeah. Oh. You eat too much. Too much, yeah. But the food in Thailand is yummy. Yeah, Thailand really good. Hi, sweetheart. Aww. There you go. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this, my first thought was, wait, you paid them to tell you you're fat? People on the internet have been doing it for free for years.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
No way, Leon. Wait.
No way. No way, Leon. Babe, my whole chin just fell out.
Which one?
Julia, you and Salah like super mean, Sadie. I can't have kids. If you mean adoption, I don't really know what the future holds. Honestly, it's something we don't really talk about public, but we do talk about it behind the scenes, especially like before getting married. Please go to London.
Within the month of September 2023, my favourite part of it was this part. It was tweeted out by many people. Perfectly imperfect, seen across New York City, yikes, images. Shame on YouTube for allowing this Chantal Rot, aka #FoodieBeauty, to stay on their site. Quite an impressive thing. I didn't at first believe that this was real. I didn't believe somebody would make a concerted effort to put this anywhere. Well, it turns out it is, and we have video proof of it. In the grand scheme of things, if you really want to get YouTube's attention, perhaps plaster that all over their head offices. If you can be asked to go from the East Coast to the West Coast. Perhaps now would be a good time to go to another Chantal and Salah vlog. This time to a monastery, or a sanctuary anyway. The Sanctuary of Truth is what it's called, where we get pictures like this, with Chantal taking a seat on what she thought was a bench, but was in fact an offering table.
Breathtaking, isn't it? This, guys, is the Sanctuary of Truth in Pattaya, Thailand. This impressive structure is many things. A symbol of Hindu and Buddhist beliefs, a culture-preserving museum, and a haven of peace and magnificent views.
They either read the brochure for that, or ripped it straight off of Wikipedia.
Oh, there's fish over here. A rooster, a peacock. Wow, amazing.
Before anyone thinks it, yes, I'm pretty sure in this particular vlog, Chantal was a bit light on payment for his acting classes.
You can do it, babe.
Hi.
Okay, slowly. So I just got this hat. It's like reading in Mortal Kombat.
While these vlogs are quite ordinary and the comments are heavily regulated, my favourite part comes with no level of irony when it concerns Chantal's newfound, well, for this year anyway, modesty. And that is that Salah is not modest enough, even with his Raiden hat on.
So there is a modest dress code for the Sanctuary of Truth. So Salah had to wear some below the knee, traditional looking type of shorts. Now, when we arrived, I think the staff assumed I would want to use the lift. I did appreciate it as the staff was so friendly and came with me, but Salah was told to use the stairs. LOL. Hi, baby.
When your pay-per-view husband is forced to dress proper and then forced to take the stairs, I think it would have only been funnier had you been made to take the stairs and he be allowed the elevator. Earlier you saw an image of Chantal being a little bit on the disrespectful side. That's the part I now want to play before we move on to another one of their cute little, they call them vlogs, but let's face it, they're not. Something that baffles me about Chantal going to these kind of places is their belief systems, while she'll concede similar in some respects, don't line up with her claimed belief system, so she won't in the vlog talk about that, because that would be wrong. And not at all because she knows sod all and won't know how to articulate a good point. I doubt Salah could either, to be honest.
As I mentioned previously, Salah and I are devout Muslims in our belief in God, so we will not be discussing a lot of the philosophy and theistic beliefs or going into detail regarding that.
It seems that no matter what religion or spiritual belief you follow, they all have very similar values when it comes to human comportment and ethics and things like that. Very interesting.
That's the look of somebody trying to be smarter than they are, and yes, I'm playing it on loop so you can really take the condescension in. Uneducated condescension, but condescension nonetheless. On to the next vlog. This one, Muslim couple visit Arab street in Bangkok. Yay.
We are on our way to Arab Street here in Bangkok. Yes, that's right, Arab Street. Bangkok has a district that is full of halal and Arab restaurants, Arab-owned markets and shisha cafes.
Most of the shisha cafes here have mixed menu, but they have halal. I was so excited to see halal. So since we were starving, we ordered food before the food. Alright, I know, after all that talk about Arabic food, we ended up getting some Indian food. I cannot resist a good palak paneer.
I'm not going to judge cuisine too much, but I won't deny the very first thing I said when I was doing a research stream was, because I misheard her, was that one of those dishes looked edible, the other looked like something passed by a cow. Now, as you can see, the fake intimacy. This is where we get to have some fun, folks. They share a shisha. The arm is over her shoulders, which we've seen in the Tiger vlog as well, to feign this relationship, make it look as legit as it can, to take away the attention from the fact that Chantel is trying to get back to Kuwait because of the visa issues she couldn't. Expect more vlogs like this in the future in different countries when Chantel has to reapply for those visas. The lengths she will go to maintain the facade is astonishing, but also a damning indictment for just how sad she is.
I'm sweating buckets. Soaking wet.
For the month of September 2023, this was the last couples vlog they had done in Thailand. It is the weakest of the lot because most of it is in the tuk-tuk with an obscene amount of engine noise, and for Chantel then to counter that with ambience while trying to look remotely affectionate with Salah, Exhibit A.
Sorta.
Yes, that was cringe. So let's move on.
I always have a special place. I don't know what to say about visitors who left because, you know, Holy Trinity, for example, and this is not drama, not knocking them because they'll always have a special place in my heart, but they were around during my most pathetic time when I was with someone who they hated. They knew what he was like and they were still here for me, but they seemed to disappear after I got with Salah. You know, because like I think they didn't think that like, you know, what I was doing at the time was like good. But it's like, to me, real friends stick around no matter what. And like they were around for all that crap, but now they're not.
Just in case you are unaware, Chantel's audience is dwindling. Her regular beezers are no longer regular beezers. She is losing members, hemorrhaging views, viewers, donations. And it's because she is trying desperately to maintain this facade. If she quit this, went back to Canada, and just carried on doing her crunk streams, I think she'd get all her beezers back in no time. If she went for a drive to go get herself some nashies in whatever part of Canada she was in, I think they'd come back. If she looked after herself and actually lived a proper life, as opposed to one where it is entirely bought and paid for by beezers who are leaving, which means the ability to do this will only go on for so much longer, then she will continue to lose. But she doesn't seem to want to believe that. She seems to still want to believe that this is her life and is the very bestest life she could ever have.
Sometimes it's just nice doing things, you know, just going out for like getting your space from, you know, like we don't have to be together 24/7, which we are mostly, I'd say 26/7, so we're not sick of each other or anything. It's just, if I want to go for coffee and he wants to stay in the room, there's no problem with that.
Now, it wouldn't be a month without a mukbang of some kind, and Chantel, ever the careful, has taken it upon herself to share some of the lip-smackingly horrid sounds of ASMR and her doing her usual and not noticing that she's spilling everything on herself and then continues as if nothing happened at all. The mantra of keep calm and carry on would be applicable had she even realized what she'd done.
Samosa. Nice hiss.
It's expensive as heck. I mean, I'm sorry, but this size, this is not big enough. This is like, I'm gonna be hungry still. I know what you're thinking, gross, whatever, who cares, fat shame me, I'm over it. But I want more food, like, for the price. Like a medium at least.
Many of us agree that is at least a medium, in our countries anyway. And Chantel, just before we get closer to the end of this, in fact, was being recorded while she recorded. She felt like a celebrity for that.
It's not stemmed from being self-conscious.
Eating in public, and the thing I don't like about public is just too many people. I don't know, the excitement, the noise. But I'm okay right now. It's okay, I actually realized that. Someone took a picture of me? Oh.
But that's not the part I want to latch onto. It's the border hopping. Chantal has said a few things, and this is where I want to end it. I know I could have included Salah with his snarky little clips here and there trying to act big tough, but to be honest, it just further proved he's a paid actor and a really bad actor. So instead, let's finish with the border hopping accusation.
Why is that a big deal? Why is that a conspiracy? I had someone send me an email like, we know you're just border hopping, you dumb cunt. Like, what the heck? Why are you so angry? Like, who cares? How does this affect your life? Okay, this is my new favorite.
We are so close. The pain, folks. While I took this month off and it's 10 minutes shorter in September, it's still hell, okay? Smash the like. If you don't, you're committing, quite frankly, a